Hey guys, chapter 2 hiking here. We're on trail once again. 2 weeks in a row. We're loving it. So we are on the AT again. Pennsylvania 183 to Kimmel. We're not real sure what we're going to do tonight. Do you know what time it is?
4:30, so 4:45.
5:05.
Oh, well.
So I don't know how many miles we're going to get in tonight, but we do have a destination, and we're not going to share the destination yet. It'll be a surprise if we can find it. So that might be the chore. So anyway, we're back on the trail. We're going to bring you with us, and we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you'll stay along for the ride. Hey guys, chapter 2 here again. So there's Johnny in the front as usual. Anyway, so I told you we were 183 to Kimmel, so we're getting ready to cross over PA 183. As you can see the road there. Actually, we're not going to go cross it right there, but we go this way. Anyway, we're going to cross over to that, and then what we'd like to do is get about 4 miles into a campsite, but we're coming across a marker here I wanted to share with you guys. That's pretty cool. All right, well, we're getting ready to cross 183, and we'll get back with you soon. Stay along for the ride. Hey guys, so I wanted to elaborate on that stone a little bit, but we were so close to the road I didn't figure you were going to be able to hear me anyway. But anyway, that was a doctor who was instrumental on development of the Appalachian Trail in 1933 from Lehigh Valley to the Susquehanna. So that's kind of a memorial marker, thank you marker, something like that. It was kind of cool. We knew it was there because it's on, I think it's listed on all trails, or maybe, I think Johnny might have saw it somewhere or something. But anyway, so there's some more neat stuff on this trail. So we're doing an 18.1 mile out and back. Hold on, let me show you this. We're about, I don't know, we're not even a quarter mile off the highway.
Well, French and Indian War, that was before the Revolutionary War.
That's true. So Johnny just informed us that the French and Indian War was before the Revolutionary War, which that is true. But this is a marker from 1755, and it's the site of Fort Dietrich Snyder. There's a lookout post to warn the approach of enemies in the French and Indian War.
I just now noticed it was 1755. It's just like, oh yeah, it's already on there.
And it's
Duh.
The Historical Society, boy, speak much, of Berks County is the one that put it there. So then you got a Blue Blaze Trail that goes off that way to a spring, and then the Appalachian Trail, which is where we're going, goes this way. So all right, here we go. Stay along for the ride. Hey everybody, chapter 2. We're at camp. So lots to talk about, except I'm not going to talk about it until tomorrow morning. Be a good topic for in the morning. But I will prelude that and to tell you that we don't know when it was, so I'm going to look it up tonight, but there has been a reroute on the Appalachian Trail. It has to have been a while ago by the looks of it. However, it's not listed in all trails. So anyway, it's not a big deal. It's still blazed white. We figured it out, but it was different. It was a little weird. Let me show you what we got going on here. All right, well, there's the tent. There's Johnny blowing up her sleep pad. We have a fire started already. And this is a really nice campsite. It's got tent pads. There's one here, and there's one up there. And if you go down this trail right here, and you can see where the trail goes back there. We'll show you in the morning. when it's light, but you go back there maybe 0.1 and you'll see a waterfall coming off the reservoir. So we'll show it to you tomorrow morning. But anyway, there's a tent. There's the fire. We're gonna put our chairs up, relax, have a nice evening. So we'll share a bunch of pictures and do some video. And tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. It's a really cool spot, and there might be some things to go look at. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're just a relaxing trip. So anyways, so you guys have a good night. And we will see you guys in the morning. All right, good night. Good morning, everyone. So we got to camp last night, which we recorded a little bit, had a great fire, and man, those coals were hot. It really put out some heat. It did rain last night. It wasn't supposed to, but it did. Not a big deal. Again, our mirror 2-man 3-season tent kept us nice and dry. I love that tent. I know I've talked about it several times. This tent is just very well built. It's just been a great investment. We really like it. However, we would like to upgrade a little bit and get a 3-man, but they're out of stock. So I'm hoping that that changes pretty soon. But anyway, it was a good night. We had good dinner. So to recap a few things on yesterday. Nobody ever said I was the sharpest tool in the tool shed. So if you watch this video, you'll see where we stopped at the marker about the Indian and French war. And if you'll notice, right behind that marker is a white blaze. And then I turned the camera and said, there's a blue blaze going to the spring, and then this is the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, no. We literally went back to where we started, because we should have went past the marker and then kept going on the Appalachian Trail. We stood there and stared at that marker the whole time we took a video, and then turned around and went the wrong direction. So it happens, but I watched that video this morning going, oh my God, we are not very bright. But anyway, it was fine. So we figured out it wasn't maybe 0.2, 0.3 miles. We figured it out and turned around, came back. It's no big deal. However, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this subject because it drives Johnny bonkers, but there was a reroute. We don't know when it was, but there was. So once you pass that marker, you keep going. About half a mile down trail, you'll see on the left-hand side on the ground is an AT trail marker. There's a picture of it. It'll be in the video. I'll put it in there. Anyways, so at that marker, it really gets kind of confusing for a minute because it looks like they have cleaned off some blazes and they reblazed and all kinds of stuff. But apparently that marker, then when we turn right, that is the reroute. If you follow that about a mile, mile and a half, maybe a little over that, you'll run into where you have to take a left, where the original AT, it kind of tees into it. So the AT coming into that heading southbound, the original part has been rerouted. It's all got a bunch of big trees and they don't want you on it for whatever reason. I looked it up. I can't find a reroute anywhere. I can't find a reroute on ATC. So I don't know when they did it. It doesn't look like it's been too terribly long ago. Johnny seems to think it's a little longer than I do because the trail that's rerouted is very worn down. I mean, it's an obvious trail. So, and she could very well be right. I can't find it anywhere. It's really not a big deal. However, there is a stretch of about 3/4 to a mile, or 3/4 of a mile to a mile, that it's blazed, but the blazes are spread out, unlike on the AT where you get blazes all the time, or on the, the actual AT, that's what you want to call it. You get blazes all the time. On that section, the blazes are spread out. So just stay on that footpath there that's pretty worn down, and you'll be just fine. So anyway, that was kind of exciting. It was a little different, but it is what it is. It got us to the same place we were going, so it wasn't a big deal. So today's plan, we're not sure. There is a big reservoir right here where camp is, and there's a huge overflow, which becomes a waterfall, obviously. There's some neat stuff down there to kind of look at. We're going to do that. I'm going to try to do some different filming type stuff, just kind of practice on doing some different stuff. Then there's an overlook about 2 miles south of us. So then would mean we'd have to turn around and come back, which is 6 miles out. So a total of 8 miles, which is not a big deal for a day. So that's kind of the tentative plan. We're going to have some breakfast. It's currently 8:54. We would like to be out of camp by 10, or at least packed up by 10. I don't know about out, but so we're going to kind of meander around a little bit. Hung my bear bag last night. Not much of an issue there. Didn't hear any critters or anything like that. Listened to the water all night, which is always nice. One other thing, which I mentioned this before in a previous video. We, our air pads or sleep pads or whatever you want to call them, we had a small leak in one of them. It would usually last us through the night, and then, it was not a big deal. But however, now we have small leaks in both of them, and they did not last us through the night. We had to repump. So they've lasted us a year, almost a year to date, actually. They weren't terribly expensive. So we're going to go back to the drawing board and do something about our sleep pad system. So if you have any comments about that, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. We're going to listen or watch some gear reviews on sleep pads. We want to make a good decision this time, because sleep pads aren't cheap. So we're going to be doing that. So, well, we'll get back with you when we start moving around here. So good morning, and stay along for the ride. Guys, well, so we're packed up, ready to head out. We're going to head to the overlook, which is 2 miles from here, going that direction. One thing I'd like to reiterate, just because when we went down to the waterfall, which you guys will see pictures of, somebody left a sleeping bag down there. So if you pack it in, pack it out. Leave no trace. We try to make sure we clean everything up. So all right, well, we're going to get the day started. There's Johnny getting on her phone, probably trying to pull up the map so we don't get lost. Oh, and she's giving me a hard time. Look at her. She just looks so mean.
I'm holding up the map.
All right, we're headed to the overlook. Stay on for the ride.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, guys, we're headed out. But there's one thing I wanted to show you right as we get started here, where we got our water this morning. It's kind of a creek that comes down and feeds into the reservoir. It's super muddy through here, but I'm gonna try to let you see it while I walk on the rocks. Yikes. But anyway, here's where we got water from this morning. We filtered out. Nice stream going down. It goes down the hill there, right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes into the reservoir. But man, it's clean water. Of course we filtered, but it's clean water coming out of there. Really kind of cool. All right, we're headed that way. All right, stay along for the ride. Guys, well, here we are. I know, certainly not much of a view today. It's definitely foggy and that kind of stuff. However, in all fairness, it's a nice hike. I mean, there's some elevation gain. We've done 475 feet of elevation gain since we left camp. But I just wanted to show you, here is a Blue Blaze trail. It's called Showers Steps. Now, we had a hiker tell us this morning that it's 500 steps. It goes down to PA Highway 501. Now, if you stay on the Appalachian Trail, which is right there, you can see the white blaze. I'm not sure how many miles it is, but if you stay on the trail, you're going to end up at a shelter, which is called Shelter 501. So, there's the AT, and we're going to be heading back northbound to go back to the car. And here's the not so good view of the overlook. All right, let's stay along for the ride. Chapter 2. So we went to the overlook and we came back. So today we've done right at 5 miles with a little over 800 feet in elevation gain. We've literally hiked 2 hours and 20 minutes, not including our break. However, Johnny's hungry. So when Johnny's hungry, you have to stop and eat. So that's what we're doing, we're stopping to eat. But so far,
won't be eating alone.
No, she will not be. I'm hungry. So far, it's been a pretty neat section of the AT. A lot of cool stuff, like the markers and a lot of great campsites. I mean,
a lot of campsites.
I mean, even Johnny said if the bubble came through Pennsylvania, especially this section of it, I mean, there's a lot of campsites for everybody to kind of spread out and still, have the amenities that the rest of them have. You know, close to water and, you know, fire rings, and we're sitting on a rock bench right now, and there's log benches, rock chairs. I mean, it's just, you know, there's a lot of neat stuff.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to mention is we got kind of lucky, I think. We met these two young men. We were up on the overlook, and they are attempting a Triple Crown in less than a year. And they started the Appalachian Trail in January. So, and they were boogieing, to say the very least. But I'll put their Instagram page on the video. So if you wanted to follow them or check them out, if they actually get that done, that's a pretty neat feat to do the Triple Crown in less than a year. So they were very nice young men, and we were glad that we got the chance to meet them, and we've got to follow them on Instagram and see how they go. So, all right, well, we're gonna eat our lunch. Do you have anything to say about the trail?
No, it's very rocky.
Okay, well, welcome to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's very rocky, and there was no view because it's foggy out.
Yeah, that was kind of a down, but it was still fun to get up there.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
Well, you went down the Blue Trail. Tell us about the so-called 500 steps.
Oh, well, I don't know much about it. From what I can tell, it goes all the way down to the highway.
It goes down to
And it
501.
must be 500 rock. It was rock steps.
Right.
I think it would be a good exercise in the future.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
Good goal.
on
to
that
go up
note,
and down them.
I think we're going to eat dinner. All right. Well, we're going to eat and then get on down the trail. Stay along for the ride. Hey, everybody. Chapter 2. So we came across this. On all trails, this is listed as a boulder field. It's off the trail, so you don't have to go through it, but it's a site on the trail. And oh my lands, these things go forever. They go all the way up through the trees there, and they go up the hill. You can probably see a little bit of it. I'm not going to walk in there to film it, but... And then they come back in here, go all the way down there. Wow, these are really cool. I mean, I wouldn't want to walk through it, but it does look pretty cool. All right, stay along for the ride. All right, guys. So this is kind of cool. This is a side trail off the AT. So this section, or at least part of this section of the AT, goes through Berks County, Pennsylvania. So this is the highest point of elevation in Berks County, Pennsylvania. So there's the log. We're going to sign that. And then right here you see the sign. If I can get up here and not kill myself. So there's the sign. 1,690 feet in elevation. And then here's another little sign with little
Some painted rocks.
painted rocks or whatever.
Oh,
So it's kind of cool, and that just goes to show you some of these blue base trails are kind of cool, aren't they, Johnny?
yeah.
So,
Quirky fun things.
yeah. So, anyways, all right. Well, we're gonna head to the AT or back to the AT and head on back trail. All right. Stay along for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, chapter 2. So we just come off the Appalachian Trail, and if you look behind us, you'll see the sign. So we came off at very nice. We came off where we're ending, but if you were to, if you were to go ahead, there we go there. And that would be heading northbound. So anyway, it's a great out and back for us. We enjoyed it. We had limited time, except for the rocks. Every time we do a trail in Pennsylvania, Johnny don't like the rocks. And I don't necessarily like them, but you know they're there. So these here though were pretty sharp.
They were sharper than normal.
Yeah, they were sharper than normal. So, but anyways, there's a lot of great things to see on this trail. So we'll put all the totals at the end of the video. We really enjoy you guys coming along for the ride, and we'll see you next time.